Live is acting funky.
It be doing that sometimes.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, let me do this.
All right. When you see Leroy on in a moment, one of the things I want you to think about when you see Leroy, there he is. Do you see his chain that he has on? We gonna call Leroy just for the day, LL Cool J. Hard as hell. Do you understand?
I'll take that. I'll take that. Mama said,
LL
knock you
Cool
out.
J is hard as hell. I don't care who
All
you
right.
tell.
I got you real quick because I noticed we doing the other thing as far as
Black
the
History Movement, the
yeah,
Black History.
but I got one. Which rap slow song was better? Heavy D's, Don't You Know, or LL's I Need Love? Which
I
one you
need
got?
love. I need love. What's up, Coach? Yeah.
Coach.
I need love.
Yeah.
Ah, boy.
Yeah, man.
Listen, LL. That's right, Coach. LL.
The ladies love love Cool J.
Even though that boy's head is like the a cone head, he got a
But
cone
they were
head.
saying I think that's why he wore a hat
Yeah, of course.
so long was because of I guess people made fun of his head. People
Yeah,
made fun of his head.
thing went like this, like, and I wear mine because Lala hit me one day, and the knot never went away. You understand?
Say blink if you not okay.
Oh man, Coach, I'm glad you on. I need you to hang out. Every single person hang out today. It is Friday. Friday kind of has a certain connotation to it because for the majority, it is it kind of represents the weekend's onset. Like the weekend is about to come up. Several of y'all gonna turn up. You gonna drink. Uh, Several of you have invited Leroy, I'm sure, because you've seen him on here with his red cup. So I'm sure that you've invited Leroy to be a part of your turn up.
It's gonna be a whole lot of red cups this weekend.
Gonna be a whole lot of red cups this weekend. It's the Super Bowl, baby. So I hate the Super Bowl.
Really?
I do. I hate the Super Bowl because it's a reminder that for the
Well,
next
because your Eagles ain't in it. Oh, I'm sorry. Your Falcons ain't in it. Oh, I'm sorry. What other team do I need to add to that list for you?
my team is my teams are not in it. I'm in Dirty Bird land, so I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. My son is disgusted with me. He's probably not speaking with me, but it's okay. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So if you have to merge them in ways that I have to merge them. I am a Philadelphia Falcons fan. Don't try to figure it out. It's none of your business. Like all you gotta do is go with what I'm saying. Just go with what I'm saying. That's all I'm asking you to do. Go with what I'm saying.
did
I
did I did I did, did I mention that that the Ravens ain't in the Super Bowl, but we do have the current NFL league MVP 2 times.
Did he win it
He won it last night.
last
Yep.
night?
Yep.
Yeah. But see, here's the deal. Let me adjust my chair.
Yeah. You know you got to get serious now because he adjusted his seat.
Let me adjust my seat and tell you that it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter because, in the words of my brother, my oldest brother, my serious friend, right? My right hand, my dude, my boy. He told me during one of the Grown Man podcasts that if he don't win the Super Bowl, it don't matter. It don't matter. All of the accolades during the regular season, it don't matter. That there was specifically this year an intention on going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. And if he didn't do that, that you would recategorize him.
No, I ain't say that. I didn't say I would recategorize him.
You would recategorize him.
No. Yeah, I know I ain't say that.
And so I need you on air.
Charles
Clark, we only changed time today because Leroy cheated again. Leroy cheated again, y'all.
Oh, I cheated. I cheated. You gonna make me go Monique on you? You gonna make me go Monique? You really want me to go Monique on you? Hey, Crystal, we on this time because Mr. Yeah, I got another appointment I gotta do. I got an interview I gotta do at 9 o'clock this morning, so I can't be on Mr. Yeah, Mr.
There's a caveat to that. So we gotta tell the whole truth. Everybody do like this. The whole truth. Here. No, okay, Crystal. Here's the whole truth. He told a half truth. He told a half truth. I get a text this morning.
It was not this morning. Don't try it. It was not this morning. It was yesterday.
Let me just read it to you. Let me just. I ain't even got to memorize it. Let me just read it to you. Yesterday, 8:41 p.m.
Yep.
Hey, bruh, can we do the podcast at 12 p.m. tomorrow? That's the time that we're on right now. Can we do the
and what was your read your response to that text? Read the response to the text.
My response. But I gotta finish your question.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, let me read it over again. I was just rudely interrupted. Hey, bro, can we do the podcast at 12 p.m. tomorrow? Is that your question? Is that your question? Is this
yes, sir. That is my question.
This is what else it says. We have to do the food deliveries tomorrow morning. He feeds the homeless in his community. He and his family, they do that every so often. I think every week.
It's every week, but we take turns and rotate out doing it. So yeah.
So that the question was, can we do 12 o'clock? Here's what I said. Cool.
Yeah, no. You're a straight fool. You know good well. Read the rest of that answer.
I said, hey man, who am I in front of the Lord's work like this? Right? Who am I? Who am I to do the Lord's work? So Crystal says, but that interview was purposeful, so the schedule change is approved. So Crystal watched the interview.
Yeah. I saw it too.
So this is what I actually said, so y'all. Leroy did bring up the 12 o'clock though, and I said, "Cool, I have another podcast." Oh no, I said, "Hey, bro, absolutely. I was going to ask you the same thing. I'm doing the McNeil's podcast tomorrow." So I was going to ask him, but because the Lord is so kind to me, I didn't even have to initiate the conversation so that I could come on here and let all of you know that the one who asked to change the time, to disrupt your day, to make sure he inconvenienced y'all is the one that y'all absolutely forced me to put on the banner here. You told me it wasn't the Grown Man Podcast without him being on the banner. Now he's on the banner. I told you he would go Hollywood. He went Hollywood. So on Mondays, it's another podcast. On Fridays, he's got to do food deliveries. I try to, Crystal, this is your dude. Look, she giving us instructions. This is Auntie Crystal. Auntie Crystal is giving us instructions. Next time
I know, right?
Meeting is going to change things. I think I like it when y'all miss us. I like it when y'all miss us. When you show up and you say, where's
the grown men? Where the grown men at? You mean I gotta go 5 blocks down? I got to go to the Ratchet. I got to go to the Ratchet Cotton Candy podcast this morning. I got to go 5 blocks down.
Whole bar. Where the grown men at? They ain't here at 10 o'clock. Where the grown men at? Oh my God, that is hilarious. Yes, sir. Where the grown men at?
Yeah,
out in these streets. Where the gray beard grown men at? Out in these streets.
But that was a great interview, bro. That was powerful, man.
Thank you.
That was powerful. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Is it on your page? Can you check it out on your page? Because I know it's on Brian's page too.
He gave me the ability to post it on my character page and my personal page. Yeah, so it should be there. I have fun doing it. I really do.
Yeah. They crazy. Brian and his wife, they crazy, bro. They hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So listen, it's 12 o'clock at 12:15 because Crystal's here. So Crystal is here, which means we got to be about our business today. We can't be 2 minutes late past a segment, because if we are, she's going to say something about it.
Miss Producer.
Yeah. And here's the deal. She probably is. I mean, this is what she does, right? So she's a producer. All things Crystal. She does event promotions and all that kind of stuff. And so she's a stickler for hey. Right. So yeah, she's phenomenal at that. So I
know what character she was in The Best Man. She was Nia Long's character.
Yeah. She Nia Long's character. She Nia Long's character. And about, Harper writes the book.
Mm-hmm.
Get a copy. She moving up. but my man said, Jordan too independent for me. He said, yeah, man, she one step before lesbian. He said, like, what?
Terrence Howard he made that movie. I ain't gonna lie. He was the star of that movie. I'm sorry.
I love that movie. And if there's an actor that is just smooth just because he's smooth, right? Just like Billy D was back in the day, like Denzel is, right? Terrence Howard cannot play anything other than just a dude that is just smooth all the way through the movie. Like he playing the guitar behind his head.
Yeah.
So, Crystal, yes, ma'am. Next time, we changed the time. Leroy, she really talking to you. Next time, decide that there's something else more important than the Grown Man Podcast. Please post it. Just post it. Do right by our audience, man, and post it. Leroy. It's that time, man. It's 12:15. What's up with the blackity black history?
That's right.
Today, who we talking about? What we talking about? Because you've kind of switched back and
Yeah, well,
forth.
I threw that one in there. I'm gonna have a couple other ones in there, but today I got a it's another great black man that folks may not be aware of, and his name is Michael V. Roberts. You were on that the webinar that Brother Bedford has that he was on. And Michael V. Roberts, for those that aren't familiar with the name, get to know the name. This is one of those billionaires, and it ain't gonna be all out there because this man is low key, straight low key, and wants to keep it there. But his name is Michael V. Roberts. He's a distinguished entrepreneur known for his notable contributions in various fields. He was born in St. Louis, Missouri. He's made a significant impact as a business magnate, media owner, and philanthropist. Mr. Roberts is the founder and chairman of the Roberts Companies and conglomerate with interest in real estate, media, and telecommunications. Under his leadership, the company has grown into a successful entity showcasing his acumen in entrepreneurship and strategic business development. In the realm of media, Michael V. Roberts has been a trailblazer. He is the owner of Roberts Broadcasting Company, which operates several television stations across the United States. His ventures in media reflect a keen understanding of the industry and a commitment to diversity in media ownership. Beyond business, Mr. Roberts has been actively involved in philanthropy, supporting various charitable causes. His commitment to giving back to the community aligns with your focus on making a positive impact. Uh, as an entrepreneur and leader, Michael V. Roberts' journey as an inspiring example of success he achieved through strategic vision, resilience, and a commitment to excellence. His story could serve as a valuable source of inspiration for those looking to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship, leadership, and business development. And he's also a great author, and he has a couple of books that I want to mention here. And the one that I have, the one that I have is called "Action Has No Season." He has another one, "Entrepreneurial
Action
and
has no season.
Has No Season." Yep, "Action Has No Season." And what that is, that book is he explores the concept that action is not confined to a particular time or circumstance. He delves into the importance of taking consistent and intentional action to achieve success in both business and personal endeavors.
I like
Uh,
that.
yeah,
Let me interrupt you for a minute, man. I like that. Can I tell you why I like that?
what's that?
In church culture, Leroy, we have, and I don't know how you feel about this, what your thoughts are. I'm interested, right? We have taught the exact opposite of what he just said.
Mm,
In
okay.
church culture, what we have said is, hey, wait on the timing of God.
Mm,
Make sure the timing is right to do it, because if you don't make sure the timing is right, and the timing being right is such a subjective reality, right?
mm,
So usually we determine whether or not the timing is right after something goes wrong. So we say
mm,
it wasn't the time for that. God's timing, you got to wait on God. I agree with what he said. Take action immediately,
mm,
right? Do
mm,
do the small things immediately, because a part of what's happening, bruh, is we are waiting for long periods of time, trying to figure out all of the things before we actually launch. And
mm,
launching is an ongoing process, right? You launch, you analyze, you optimize. Everybody, somebody put that in the chat for me. You launch, you
mm,
analyze, you optimize. What that means is I don't try to make sure everything is at its optimal place before I launch. I launch, analyze it, I study what went well, what didn't go well, and then I make adjustments. And so I love when he says, hey, there's no specific time or season. Don't do that to yourself. Launch and learn along the way, learn along the journey. Man, I gotta get that book because it flies in the face of so much that's out here, particularly in church culture. I don't know, like all of my coaches tell me, hey man, come on. I've come up with this 11th commandment being thou shalt do it now. Right?
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that to a certain extent, but as entrepreneurs, you have to, if you're doing the research that you need to do and you're doing your due diligence, you can understand, hey, yeah, this is the opportune time to do it, or this is not the opportune time to do it because of certain things. You can take action, or you can take action at any time that you want to. The question is, are you going to be successful with taking that action? And I think to your point, I think many of us do hesitate in taking action. We want to use that as a crutch, that it's not the opportune time, as opposed to saying, you know what, yeah, I've done my homework, I've done what I needed to do. This is the time for me to move. And as opposed to, and I'm not a proponent of just moving to move, just because, okay, move and then trying to, I think it should be measured. I do think it should be measured, and it should be calculated in a way so that you can optimize, as you said, your success rate.
Yeah.
It doesn't, if any farmer will tell you, yeah, I don't plant certain things at certain times of the year because it's not going to give me the product that I want to get if I do plant at that particular seed, if that particular time, if I plant this particular product at this particular time, it's just not going to work out. It's just not going to happen. So I get what you're saying, but I do agree that we can't be afraid to take action. We just have to be calculated and measured in taking that action, and not afraid to take the action.
There are certain things that you cannot know until you launch.
True.
Certain things you just can't know until you launch. And a part of I am, and we'll talk about this. We can talk about it actually now as we put the hoodies up, because it's a part of what I need to share.
Who that's sneaking in the house, bro?
That's 10 of Life. 10 of Life. He's in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. And doing tremendous work with young people out there in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Does a lot of the work that you do, Leroy, as it relates to helping community. A real solid brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. Yeah, Crystal got it. Launch, analyze, optimize. Launch, analyze, optimize. And the reason is there is something we get frozen and paralyzed. We get what everybody calls the paralysis of analysis. Right? We're always looking, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? I got to have this in place. I got to have this in place. I got to have this in place. And the truth of the matter is, you don't have to have everything in place before you launch. You launch and you grow along the process, right? Because it's never about the destination. It's about the process. It's about the journey. That's where your learning comes from. It's where your growth comes from. But you'll never grow if you don't attempt to do something and do it quickly, right? The whole goal of business is to get you to launch, to shorten the amount of time between idea and launching. Idea and launching. You want to shorten that time as much as possible, because after you launch is where you gather the data. Right? So if I never launch, if I spend all of my time in the analysis phase and I never launch, I am robbing myself of the data necessary for me to optimize. So it's important that every brother that's watching that has a business, do something. Doesn't have to be, again, it doesn't have to be a full launch. What can you do today that's going to move the needle? What can you do today? And it can't always be, I need to read another book. I need to research another thing, because a lot of brothers and sisters are not moving forward because all you do is read. Cute. All you do is read. And the truth of the matter is the one that's going to win is the one that can execute the quickest, not the one that reads the most. You can have a bunch of information. God, I got caught up in that book. That title of that book is just phenomenal, right? And I don't want to chase that rabbit, but just understand you got to shorten the amount of time that you are taking between idea or ideation, planning, and launching. You got to shorten that amount of time. You gotta condense that amount of time. Boy, that's so good. What's his name again, Leroy?
Dr. Michael V. Roberts is his name, and he's a great businessman, but he's a hotelier. In addition to what I was reading here about his acumen, his achievements in media, he's a hotelier. He owns several hotels throughout the country, and
Ooh,
I believe down in
hotelier. I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah,
this is what
yeah,
happened when
yeah.
the University of Maryland Eastern Shore shows up. And the Negro went to all the classes. He went to all.
Yeah, I went to I didn't just go to all my classes, bro. I'm sitting in the front row.
I'm sitting in the front row.
I'm sitting in the front row, and it's funny. I get that because in high school I told you I played basketball for my father, JV basketball for my father. It was a requirement for us.
You sit in the front
row. Game day, shirt and tie.
Yeah.
Slacks, and you sat in the front row of that class.
Yeah.
That was a requirement for us.
Yeah. What movie was that? That was a movie too.
That was Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
It was Coach Carter. Coach Carter with Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You know, but that's man. That's where I get that from. It was being astute. You painted and down at my school we had quite a few foreign teachers, so it was the dialect was very difficult to understand sometimes. So you had to be very attentive to what they were saying and everything like that, bro. Because you'd be like, nah, I totally did. I ain't getting nothing he just said. I ain't getting nothing he just said.
Well, were you the kind of student, bro, that would raise his hand like, yeah, I don't understand what you just said?
No, I never did that. I never did that. Maybe I should have.
I would do that. I do that all the time. Like, I didn't get it. Everybody
slow it down.
Sir.
Slow
that down. Talk to me. I always say, talk to me like I'm 5.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm trying to get it, but what you just said, all that thickness of your accent, I ain't getting nothing.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why I had to repeat my biology class and my chemistry class in summer school. And I didn't have a problem in summer school. Didn't have a problem. Passed it with flying colors. Yeah. Didn't have a problem at all. But I just could not. Those two professors were foreign teachers, and I just was not comprehending.
Wow,
what they were saying. So I took it in summer school and changed my major and went on about my business.
Yeah, for real. What do y'all think about Michael V. Roberts? What do y'all think about him? I had the privilege. Here's one thing that I appreciate about Leroy McKenzie Jr., Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. There's something about him that is called to connect. I can tell you that there is not a day. He's better at it than I am. He's much better at it than I am. But there's not a day that goes by, maybe probably 2, 3, 4 times a week where he say, hey man, I told such and such about you so that you can get on their podcast. Right. Or, hey, there's somebody I think will benefit you. I think you need to holler at them. And sometimes I'm in awe at the connections, not just the connections that he has, but his willingness to share those connections. Right. We live in a culture that doesn't really do that.
Yeah.
So I want to put him on blast in a good way. I'm always blasting him in a bad way. I want to put him on blast in a good way. That dude
it's funny.
Has there have been several places that I've shown up that are the result of Leroy saying to me, hey man, this is going on. You might want to be a part of this.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you say that because Kendall, who I do the
Yeah,
MT jams with,
yeah.
she calls me Clarence Avon. She's like, look, she called me little Clarence. I was like, that's an honor. I said, because that brother, he gonna be one of the ones that I do too. For those that don't know this man, and I'm talking, you can think of any major entertainment, sports people this man was connected to, and had no problem connecting others with each other. Just because that's how
Yeah,
great this man was,
yeah,
and didn't take no stuff either.
yeah,
He was a no nonsense man when it
yeah.
came to putting deals together, making sure that we as black people got what we deserved, and our counterparts respected that about him.
Well, hold off on him. Hold off on him
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah.
I'll come
Yeah.
back to
Definitely.
him. So hold off
Yeah.
on him,
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
we'll hear more about him when that time comes. You ready to
Yeah.
work?
Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
put the hoodies up. This is a national phenomenon now.
I
We
know, right?
put
Yep.
the hoodies up. I'm waiting, and this is a call to anybody that knows him. I know him. I know of him. He knows of me. It's not like I'm intimately acquainted with him, but I know him. I know his daughter. I know his wife. I know President Joe Biden. I've been to the White House. Y'all may not like it, but I've been to the White House when Trump was in office. I've been to the White House when Biden was in office. I'm going. Anytime I'm invited to the White House, I'm on my way. You'll see me eating at the White House. I don't care who's in office. I'm going to be there. Somebody, Leroy said it. Somebody got to be at the table. Somebody's got to be at the table. And if I got to be at the table, I'll be at the table. I'll take all of the blows that come with being at the table. But
He ain't say how long he was gonna be at the table with some of them. the way he talk.
uh,
They be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. We gonna have Secret Service escort you out." Or like Chris Rock did in what was the movie he did with Tamla Jones?
head of
Oh, that was
state,
so funny. Yeah, head of state.
head of state.
Security! They came and snatched Robin Givens.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's the trip, man. Don't piss me off about that. I was so mad at her for so long. You ain't want
Why?
nothing to do when because man, she ain't want nothing to do with the dude when he was on the come up.
Oh
When he was
yeah.
alderman, and
Right,
all of that.
right.
She wanted nothing to do with it. Then he run for president. Now you want to show up, man?
That's my man. That's my man.
Security.
That was hilarious, man. That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
And what's crazy is when this is true. During the night where President Barack Hussein Obama was elected, all I could think about, Leroy, was head of state.
Yep.
That's all I could think about, right? Black man run for president, win president. Nobody expects him to win. He's got an
That's what folks were saying. I mean, I did too. It likened it to his story.
Yeah,
That was very close to his story.
Very close to, now that I'm thinking about, very close to his story.
Very close. I mean, think about it. Community organizer.
Yeah.
They see it was something about him that they picked up. They didn't think he could win. They would just use him. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Bro. Absolutely.
I know.
So good afternoon to y'all. It's not good morning anymore. It's good afternoon because Leroy has something else that he had to do. So we are showing up in the afternoon, 12:34 in the afternoon because Leroy has something he had to do. So
it's lunchtime, y'all.
Don't come for me. I was ready at 10. I was ready at 10.
Oh. Is that what we going with today? Okay. Okay.
I was ready at 10. I'm a man of my word. But Leroy has something to do. He is back now. So those of you that have written me emails and things about Leroy's absence and his timeliness and things like I'm here to defend him. Get off my dude. He was doing the Lord's business this Friday, taking care of people that are marginalized in our communities, right? So unless you're doing that, Mr. Wallace, you should just be quiet. Farrakhan, you should be quiet.
Yes, sir. Didn't he? He let him have it, didn't he? Woo! I love that, man. I love it.
So this is what I want to talk about today. I'm going to begin starting today, and actually beginning on Monday. I'm going to start taking y'all on a journey. I'm on a journey. And I want to let you guys in on the journey that I'm on. I want you to follow me on this journey that I'm on. So I think Leroy, perhaps the precursor segments that we've had or podcast moments that we've had have kind of led to this moment. I've had some moments of reflection. I remember my spiritual mother saying to me, Leroy, she said, Don, I said, yes, ma'am. My spiritual mom is the single most loving but direct person I've ever met in my life. Like she gonna cut you with a smile.
Even with your mother wasn't the same kind of way.
Oh, my mom was, yeah, but my mom, mom
was gonna cut you.
You remember on what is it, In Living Color, Miss Jenkins?
Yes.
So my mom would say, "Hey, baby," and then she'd look at me like, "I ain't come around in the whole 2 weeks. I ain't seen you." I'm like, Mom, what you say? I ain't say nothing, baby. I ain't say nothing. Right? My spiritual mom. Now, my mom, she was direct as well. She had to be in a space. Like sometimes my big sister Janesta, she would just rip into Janesta. And I was like, hey, Mom, too much. I used to have to tell her, hey, you gotta chill. Sometimes it's too much. And she looked like, all right, baby. And then the next week is the same thing.
I might
get it. Vanessa might get it. My sister Jackie might get it. Kamisha might get it. Anybody might get it, right? That's just how my mom was. But my spiritual mom said to me years ago, Don, I said, yes, ma'am. You boring.
What?
You just boring. This is when I was pastoring, right?
Okay.
And she said, you just boring. You don't want to do nothing. You you carry your Bible everywhere. you boring. And sometimes, man, I want to know whether or not this is with you or anyone else. Shut up, Crystal, jerk. Crystal, yeah, she's like, you boring. You don't want to do anything. You got your Bible everywhere. You all choked up with your top of your collar, all buttoned up, all tight. I'm like, Mom. She's like, I'm just telling you. She said, do you think Dad and I live that way? And I was like, no, man. I've watched y'all have fun. For me, Leroy, I can be so consumed with the call that my life is just out of balance. My life is just out of balance. So I am on a journey. Crystal said, when you fall out the chair, just know that Bishop Jake's checking you. That's Bishop Jake's checking you. Right? I am on a personal quest for freedom and fulfillment. I'm on a
Mm,
personal quest, bro, for freedom and fulfillment. I'm on a
mhm,
personal quest because of all of the years, and I don't count them as wasted years. I am one of few people in this world that so enjoy what he does that it's not work to me. So
mhm.
I can work for 15 hours a day and be absolutely okay because I enjoy what I do. It's different than someone that's going to a job that they don't enjoy. Like
Right,
you own your own business, you enjoy what you do. So it's not work in a sense. It's work, but
right.
it's not work.
Absolutely.
It's not that way.
Yeah.
But I recalled my spiritual mom saying that, like, Donald, Don, both of them call me Don. Hey, Don, you just boring. And now that I'm 54, how old are you, Leroy? I'm
I,
54.
I'm the speed limit.
You the speed limit, double nickels. Grace. Shabbat. Man, I'm laying hands on you. Shabbat. Right? I am ready to enjoy my life while not interrupting the impact that I'm called to make.
Mhm,
I need everybody to hear me. We talk about life, leadership, and legacy. We talk about the intersection, right? We talk about mastering the intersection. Out last night, I was on a training. You saw the text that I sent to you and Troy, right? So I was on a training, and throughout the entire training, it was probably an hour and 30 minutes, Leroy, right?
mhm,
Throughout the entire training, the trainer kept talking about freedom. The trainer kept talking about how to position your life so that you are not having to run your business. The trainer run your business manually, right? The trainer was talking about testimonials of a guy in particular who was doing incredibly well, but he was meeting all the time. He was always working Monday through Sunday, always working Sunday through Saturday, always working, and he lost his family. He actually got a divorce. He lost his family.
mhm.
And the reason why I paused there is because I'm coming to a question that I want all of you to answer. Inside Remain, we talk about life, leadership, and legacy, and inside the life domain, particularly, um, we talk about finance and fitness and fun. One of the things that we endeavor to be and to do is to have a healthy fun. We actually have a fun coach. And for those of you that can't believe that an organization would have a fun coach, like why? Why? Because we're all of us inside Remain are incredibly serious about our assignment. We're really serious about our assignment. And when you are, you have a tendency to lock in and be so focused that you forget that there's a balanced life out there. I am now my why, Leroy, is a bit different, right? Leroy is responsible. He is the COO of Remain. He is responsible for systems and making sure that everything runs in the way they're supposed to run. And now this need to automate is a need to automate because there's a portion of my life that I spent 54 years giving away that I'm going to recover. Who was it, Leroy, congresswoman or senator that said, reclaim my time?
Wasn't it uh
My girl's name.
Waters from
Maxine
California?
Waters.
Maxine Waters? I
Maxine
think that
Waters.
was her. I reclaim my time.
I reclaim my time.
I was her and the young lady that's from Texas too. She said that. I think she
Yeah,
said that too. But I
yeah,
know Maxine Waters, Congresswoman Maxine Waters is been known for that. She's like,
yeah,
nah, you ain't taking my time. Give me my
yeah. I
time back.
reclaim my time. I want to know from those of you that are watching, I want Leroy to speak to this first, and then I'll go a little further. Those of you that are watching, I want you to be prepared to answer this question. Crystal, answer this question. Crystal, how old are you? Why she cuts me out like, what?
Why is that? I don't understand why that's such a big
I,
thing for women.
I
I
have no
really don't.
I have no idea, bro.
Yeah,
But I know friends of mine who have been 40 for at least 15 years.
I know. It's like you could. I don't get it. I mean, maybe they did. Yeah, maybe one of the ladies that's listening, they can answer that question. I don't understand why it's a big deal.
Crystal said, when you fall out of the, she fell out of the chair, just know that that's Bishop checking you. My mom checking me. Yeah, my mom, my mom was wild, boy. She say some crazy stuff. I used to say, Mom, come on, man. That's a bit too much. And she just kind of look at me like, Negro, I'm your mother. Like Leroy said, who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me? I want to know, those of you that are watching. I want to know whether or not you really, at this big age that we are now, I got another 35, 40 years on the planet. How much of your time do you want to reclaim? And what are you willing to do in your business as a man to reclaim your time? Leroy, talk about where you want to, where you, or is that even a big thing for you? Is enjoyment, fun, leisure? Because I used to think, if I went to a conference, like, that was fun. Like, that, if I went to another city for a conference, I'm like, yeah, we traveled. And so my spiritual mind, like, no. So I want to know from your perspective, man, how important in your life's journey at the double nickels, at the speed limit, how important is it for you to enjoy life at this stage?
Yeah, I think for me it's very important,
Okay.
and I think that fun is relative. That's going to be depending on who that person is, because it boggles my mind when I see people. They talk about people that are homebodies and they're at home. They're comfortable with being home, watching TV, watching movies, or just being comfortable with that. I'm like, and that's me. That's fun for me.
Got
I'm
it.
good. Long as I got my football, basketball, and I'm able to enjoy myself, or even reading. Those are things that bring me enjoyment, or even hanging out with, talking on the phone, talking with my friends or whatever, stuff like that. I'm good. I
Yeah.
don't have to be in the in this rigmarole of going. Now, do I like going out to some places? Yeah. I've never been one to hang out a whole lot. Give me a
Okay.
nice poetry event. Give me a, something like that to be able to go to, a nice concert, a nice gallery, because I love art. So I'm good with doing things like that. I don't have to be out at the club and those kinds of things. So I'm with you about having fun, because that's one of the things that I tell, like when I do my podcast in the morning on Fridays, I tell people, do something fun this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be intentional about having fun.
Yeah.
Whatever that fun looks like for you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but
Yeah.
just make sure it's something that you enjoy. If
Yeah.
it's being with your friends or your family, do that.
Yeah.
If it's hanging out, doing something else, you want to go to a ball game, or you want to go see this person in concert, do that so that you do enjoy it, because it's true, we only get this one life. So
Yeah.
we don't get, we have to take time. And like you, I'm that same kind of dude too, where I'm about my purpose. I'm
Yeah.
about what it
Yeah.
is that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And we can get consumed by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we do have to sometimes say, all right, let me take a step back. Let me enjoy myself. It's okay
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
to
Like it's like,
you know,
right.
yeah, it is. It's okay. And even, if something, you can see my background is different today, but I'm
Yes.
down at the property that I manage
Okay.
here. And when I'm here on 25th Street, right across the street is my favorite restaurant,
Okay.
Black owned restaurant. So
Is it
what am I
soul?
gonna do while I'm down here? I'm gonna go in there and get my favorite food I know that they have,
Is it
and that's
soul
fun
food,
for me.
Leroy? Is it soul
Huh?
food? Is it soul food?
They, you said, is it what?
Soul food.
It's not soul food, but they have healthy food. Like usually what I get, because they have fish. They got a fish. You can get a fish sub, a fish sandwich. You can get the
Okay.
fish strips. I usually get a chicken, grilled chicken cheese steak or wings. I love their honey obey wings.
Okay. Okay.
And I
Okay.
get, and I coach close your ears, and I
I was
get
going to say if he ended
I know, but I get sauteed veggies. They do have sauteed veggies. I love their sauteed veggies. Absolutely, I get that instead of French fries because I
okay.
love it.
Okay.
You know, but I love the atmosphere of the restaurant.
Yes.
So to me, that's fun. Being
Yeah.
able to go and frequent that restaurant, my favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, I said, because remember, for my birthday, I was down. I came for my birthday. Even that there was an event there that I
Yes.
was supporting someone, but it was at this restaurant. So I was like, well, yeah, let me make sure I can go do that. I'm not doing anything else for my birthday and stuff like that. So yeah, but we do have to incorporate fun, and that's what that the life aspect of the life domain. I like how you do have where you've got to incorporate fun.
Yeah.
It should
But
be
but
a part
but
of you
it,
doing
it's
things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, you know?
it's almost the forgotten element though.
Mm,
At least
mm,
for me. Like I can't speak for everyone, but at least for
mm.
me. So for example, um our fun coach took me skydiving. You guys have seen the
Right.
picture of me jumping out of
Mm-hmm.
the plane in Orlando, right? I did that intentionally, Leroy, to
Mm-hmm.
interrupt
Mm-hmm.
the pattern, to break the mundane,
Right.
right? I needed to
Right.
do something. It was something challenging. Uh, it was something to face a fear because I
Mm-hmm.
don't really like
Mm-hmm.
heights.
Okay.
Two things I
Okay.
don't like. I don't like air. I don't like water. I like the land. give me the give me the land, right? And then after that, I went right back into. I'm letting y'all in because I want you to know the importance of how you got to interrupt patterns and you got to hold
Mm,
yourself accountable by making it available for everyone to know that you're intentionally wanting to interrupt a pattern,
mm-hmm.
right? So I love the amusement park. Finally, I'm
Okay.
here in Georgia. So we have Six Flags here,
Okay.
right? It's about 20 minutes from where we live. It's Six Flags is here. So I can go to Six Flags. Um, you know, Atlanta is full of stuff, right? So I can always have something to do and something to enjoy because I endeavor to break the boredom cycle. I endeavor to break the boredom cycle. And a part of that, but I've got to break the boredom cycle and still make impact. Like I
But
can't go
but
ahead.
is that boring is it boring to you?
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
consider
absolutely.
that boring? Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think life is designed to be, somebody said this to me recently, and I've held it close to my heart. They said life is they said it this way, Leroy. Um live, live, and live are the same word expressed differently.
Mm,
Isn't it amazing that for most of us, we really don't experience life. And your point is so spot on. We don't really experience life in the way that we really could and should. Like
mm-hmm.
there's a whole life out there that many
Yeah.
like I got family members, man, who have never left the state of Delaware,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Never, right? So while in my older season of life, like I'm reclaiming my time. And in order to reclaim my time, I got to have systems. I got to have automation. I got to have, right? So when we talk about mastering life leadership and legacy, it happens particularly for a businessman when you automate your process. That's really where I'm going today. You got to automate your process, because if you don't automate your process and everything stops, if you decided to take 2 hours off and go do something enjoyable for yourself, then if your business is relying on you to be fully present every moment of the day, and your business actually stops when you are not present, you got a problem. So for me now, the reasons why I want to automate have become very, very different, right? The reasons why I want to automate is because I want freedom. I want freedom. I want freedom to be able to pick up and say, hey, Lala, we on our way to wherever we want to go, and know that the business continues to run. I want freedom. I want Leroy to have freedom in such a way that we set the business up. Leroy say, hey, Donald, I'm gonna take a couple weeks off. I'm gonna take a month off. And the business doesn't hurt, because we are not pushing buttons and leveraging levers. If you're thinking about, I want to get in the way of the idea that you've got to grind 24 hours a day to be successful. I want to get in the way. I want to step in your path. I want to interrupt that thought. You really don't. You need systems. Because the truth of the matter is, Leroy, I've been married before. Can I be honest with y'all? I've been married before, and I lost that marriage working myself over and over and over and over and over again. I lost that marriage. I lost that marriage. And if I'm not careful, I'll lose this one for the same reason. I am a man of purpose. I have an assignment. I can't let the assignment go. But at the same time, I need to make sure my wife is good, my kids are good, my grandkids are good. Like I've got Leroy, I got I got 4 grandkids now. 4. I'll have 4 coming up in April. It'll be, I think my granddaughter's due in April. I want to enjoy them. I want to enjoy going to hang out with Lala, going to watch a concert. Do you know I've only been to 1 concert in my life, and it was
Really?
Lionel Richie. Only 1 concert in my entire life. Not because I don't want to, but because I'm working all the time. There's always something in my mind to do next. There's a person that needs to be helped. There's a man that needs to be transformed. There's a family that's in struggle. And the truth is, if I'm not careful, mine will be. So I'm asking y'all to consider reclaiming your time. And even if it's doing what Leroy just said eloquently, like your fun may not be my fun. Your fun may not be Leroy's fun. Leroy's fun is give me a tube, because I'm that way too. Give me that's why I hate the Super Bowls. The Super Bowl's a reminder that I ain't got no more football. Right? It's a reminder as that clock counts down, like football's almost over. Right? So I can do that. I can watch basketball. But I want to enjoy and experience different things in my life. And I want to challenge y'all to do something outside the norm. Do something, because can I also say this to you, Leroy? Because I've been married before, I've always done in my life what my wife wanted to do. And when you do that, this is what I mean when I say you can have a healthy family without losing yourself. When you develop yourself that way, then you don't really know what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. So now I'm in discovery mode, not in an unhealthy way, right? Not in a reckless way, but I'm in discovery mode. Like, what does Donald like? What foods do I like? Do I like sauteed vegetables? I don't know. If I look at them and I don't like the way they look, I ain't gonna eat them. but it's robbing me of an experience, right? When I did the, and I'm not saying that everybody should go jump out of a plane. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that now I'm looking at wrestling alligators though.
Yeah, you go do that.
I'm taking Leroy with me.
You ain't taking me with you. I watched this dude. I forgot. I don't know his name, but he's on TikTok all the time, and he actually trains alligators. They go get alligators out of the wild,
Okay.
and he actually trains them.
Okay.
And he has, a couple of them that and you see if he's right in the thing where they have him, he's feeding them and doing all that stuff. And he has, I think, one or two that he does a show with that,
Okay.
people actually come to see. They get in the water, and he always says this. He said, alligators are trained, they're not tamed. He said, you don't get in he's like, if you see an alligator, no, an alligator is not your friend. It will snap your arm off and go right back and show it to you and go right back to what it was doing.
Okay, how many want Leroy to go with me?
Yeah.
Type of one
so you go all you want to.
Okay. If you won't do that, will you come jump out the plane with me?
Now that's something that would be exciting. I think I could do that. That's something I think I could do.
We'll go back to Orlando.
That would be kind of exhilarating to actually do that. Because I remember Will Smith doing that for his 50th. I think it was his 50th birthday.
Yes.
He jumped out into the Grand Canyon and stuff like that. So he had so much stuff around him. They was sure enough not going to make sure anything happened to him. But because he bungee jumped. That's what he did. He bungee jumped out of a helicopter.
Wow.
For his 50th birthday.
Yep. All right, y'all heard it here. Crystal, you heard your boy. Leroy and I are going to jump out of a plane. Any brother that wants to go with us, hit us inside the Remand community. Go inside the Remand community. You can go there by going to www.remand.com.
So you're a former Army man. What was your hesitancy in jumping out of a plane, bro?
The ground.
No, you missed the military. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier.
But I wasn't that kind of soldier. I wasn't that kind of soldier. So I still have the video.
Did you?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely crazy. So Leroy and I are gonna go jump out of a plane. We're gonna do that this year. We'll set up a date. We'll have some people videoing and all that kind of stuff so that y'all can see it. We're gonna contact my boy Michael Garcia. He's the fun coach for Remand, and there are a couple of other brothers inside the community that said they wanted to do the same thing. Look. You know why? You know exactly why.
Okay, what's wrong with jet skiing? I've never been jet skiing either. He did say he said it's either he said land, not air or sea.
Not air or sea.
Not air or sea. I guess that would be sea. You know. So I gather you're not going on any cruises, or you've never been on a cruise either.
I've been on a cruise.
That's water though, bro. That's the sea.
I'm on a big boat. Leroy, I'm on a big boat, my guy. I'm on a big boat.
The Titanic was a big boat too.
What's up, Raymond Matthews? Good to see you, man. And I've been on smaller boats. So if I got something on me, like I got that much faith. But if that thing
jet skiing seems like fun. Jet skiing does seem like fun. I've never been jet skiing, but it seems like it's fun.
I saw that one, and this is my fear, right? So I saw that one episode, that one movie, Hitch.
Yes, where they go out jet skiing, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna panic.
He was like, nope, not gonna do it. He was like, nope, not gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna call Jesus. I'm gonna be the biggest sissy around. Lala gonna be like, really? Really?
For sure.
She been trying to get me to go jet skiing. Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. As soon as I can't feel my feet under me, that's as far. That's as,
you supposed to be like Jesus and walk on water.
No, sir, can't do it. Can't do it. I can't do it. Well, and here's the deal. This is the way I rationalize it, Leroy, and then we'll spend about 10 more minutes talking about this, and then we'll take the hoodies off and clown for the rest of the time. Let me tell y'all this. This is the way I rationalize it. You rationalize it the way you want to rationalize it. This is the way I rationalize it. Drowning is a slow death. If I jump out the plane and I hit that ground, I ain't gonna remember it. I'm gonna wake up at the.
Well, you ain't gonna remember the drowning either.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna remember. But I mean, those last, like the cartoon, one.
That's it,
right? And yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'll jump out the plane, but I ain't gonna get in the water. I'm not doing it. So Lala trying to be smart. I'm not. I am not doing it. But I want to challenge y'all. I want to challenge you to do something different. My wife is on here. She will tell you that we've been having these conversations lately. Like, she deserves time with me, that the business can't be, can't consume all of my time. So from now on, Saturdays are hers. Unless I got to speak somewhere or something like that, Saturdays are hers. I'll turn my phone off and I spend time with my wife. Right? So, and I asked her just, maybe an hour or so ago, hey, what you want to do? And it's crazy that I got to ask what you want to do, like, because I'm so used to working that if you ask me what I need to do in the business, I know. But I don't know what to do in the personal life. Do we go eat? Do we go play pool? What do we do? Go ahead, man. Look like you was going to say something.
No. I think that's necessary. Is having that time that you spend with your significant other.
Yeah.
And it shows several things. It shows that they matter to you, that they are important to you. And yeah, the work that you do is important, but you are just as important, if not more important, as well. So yeah, so you are going to have to, we do have to be intentional. This is, those of us that are on purpose have to be intentional about having fun, because if we allow ourselves to get consumed by what it is that we're doing, and we're always thinking about the purpose. And how we can be doing this, and how I could be doing that, and how is this gonna, always thinking about others. We think about others. When you're on purpose, you think about others more than you do yourself.
All the time, bro. All the time. So I need you to I need you to spend a couple of minutes, man, going over what you said a moment ago, and it's in line with what you just said, because you intentionally said it's okay. Like it's okay. Do you know that the enemy has a way, for me at least, of telling me when I'm resting? Like if I were to go sit down and just kind of chill for a moment, the enemy has a way of telling me, man, you the laziest dude alive.
Yeah, and that's a lie. And here's the thing, and I remember Tyler Perry saying this years ago when he really back in the late 90s, when he was doing the play, when he was on tour with the plays, because he would come out after the shows, and I was watching the video, and he came out after, and he was telling the audience, he said, give me a minute, let me go away, rest my mind. He said, and I promise I'll come back. He said, I'll come back with even more stories and even more, and that's what happens when we do give our mind the
Yeah.
ability to rest and not have to worry about, the things that, yeah, the work, yeah, it's there, but you do, in order to be able to re-energize and rejuvenate yourself, in order to be able to get insight, wisdom, and
Mm,
ideas,
talking
we've got
good.
to we got to move away.
You
We got to
talking.
give ourselves the opportunity to be able to rest from it
Yeah.
and say, you know what, nah, like you said, when you with Marla, turn the phone off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. No, this
She
is
hates
my.
my phone. And let me just kind of let y'all into our lives. She hates my phone. Like if she could take the phone and throw the phone to Antarctica, she would do it because I'm always on it.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
always on my phone. My phone, this thing is probably the most addictive thing in the world because
Yep,
everything that I can do on this laptop, I can
you
do
can
on
do on
this.
that phone. Yep.
So I'm never more than arm's length away from the business that I have. Never. So in some regards, like calling someone is the last thing that this thing does. This thing, right, Leroy, think about it, man. When we were growing up, we had the bag phone, and the bag phone was just mobile device to be able to call someone. We had the phone in the car. That's when you knew you was cool, when you had a phone in your car, so on and so. But this thing does everything but walk the dog,
Yep.
right? And so when I shut my laptop down and I go to bed, my next thing is I still got about half hour, 45 minutes in me. There's still an email I need to send. There's still a text I need to send,
Yep.
right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so turning my phone off um is the
And
only way that I'll be able to really zip line. I'll do that, babe. I'll zip line.
yeah,
Yep.
that seems like fun too.
I'll
Yeah.
zip line. Yeah, I'll do that.
And here's what my mother said some years ago. And we would have these conversations because we were raised. She raised us as Seventh-day Adventists. We were Seventh-day Adventists,
Yes, sir.
and from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday, the TV went off. The only
Mm,
thing that you could listen to was Bibles, the Bible shows that came on the radio and everything like that.
yes, sir.
We could play games. You had to find something to do.
Yes,
And,
sir.
and what she says is we don't, the world does not stop anymore. Remember Sundays, that blue law where stores were closed, malls were
Yeah.
closed.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore. TV, internet is 24/7. So we don't stop.
Bro,
So
that's
the world doesn't stop, but we have the ability to be able to say we can stop,
wow.
so that we do re-energize. We do give ourselves the ability to be able to rest. You ever had your mind, and I know this happens to me sometimes, when you go down and you go to bed and you try to sleep, but your mind keeps going,
Yeah, bro.
and your mind, it just won't let you sleep.
Absolutely, bro.
You just like, oh, like you said, oh, I should have sent that email, or I should have did
Yeah,
this, and you're thinking about it. Your mind literally won't allow you to
yeah,
rest.
yeah, yeah,
And you just like, look, I got to get up and do something because this is inside of me, and it's not gonna go away until I
yeah,
until I
yeah,
get it out of me.
yeah.
That type of thing. But what we've got to do is be able to say, you know what? Yeah, if we take the time out to rest, I think those occurrences will be less and less frequent.
I agree, man. And you know what? Some of my favorite pictures, bro, are pictures with King and his kids,
Mm-hmm, hmm.
right? Some of my favorite pictures and statements about Barack Hussein Obama,
Yep.
President Barack Hussein Obama, was his moments with his daughters and with his wife,
Hmm.
right? So what if we did this, Leroy? What if we began to view rest as a strategy and not like what if that's a part of the business plan?
It should be. It
It
should
should
be.
be, right?
Yeah. Because here's what Coach Marcy talks about all the time. She talks about the importance of rest. and getting enough rest, making sure that your body gets enough rest. Because if we're not getting the proper amount of rest, we can't function the way that we're so and we can't function the way at our maximum capacity. So making sure that we have a set time that we go to bed and that we stick to it.
Yeah, bro.
And that we do go to bed, that we do get the proper amount of rest. Like I said, because that's a part of us. Like you said, the business plan. Yeah, incorporate that as a part of your schedule. Yeah, I know I need to be, and because I've been trying to be better at it last year, this year, and even the year before, trying to be intentional. Because I know I was going to bed too late.
Yeah, bro.
I know it, and as a result, I'm tired throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I can't. I'm wondering, why am I so tired? Well, dude, if you stand up till 2 o'clock in the morning, doing nothing, you're gonna be tired. Getting back up at 7.
Yeah, man. And let me give you this last, for those of you who are familiar with Mike Todd. I want you to look at Mike Todd on. There's one sermon. I like Mike Todd, period. But there's one sermon recently, Leroy. I want you to watch it, man. It liberated me. I forget it. It's a part of his cuffing series that he does. But he preached on rest, and it was in the middle of me just working hard. There's just so much that I had to do, and he's teaching on rest. And he said a couple of things, right? He used the scripture to just lay out the sacredness and strategy of rest.
Yeah,
and how rest is deeply spiritual.
It is. Even God Himself.
God Himself rested.
On the 7th day He rested.
Let the land rest. Let the land rest. Let the land rest. And then he used a very practical example that I really never thought about, Leroy. Check this out. This is what got me, because this is a business example. So this is what got me. He said, Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
Works for 6 days between this time and this time. And Chick-fil-A on average, I think he said something like $5 million a year on 6 days a week, from, let's say, 8 in the morning to 10 at night. I don't know, 7 in the morning to 10 at night.
Right.
McDonald's is open 24/7. And their average is like $1 million per year. He said, don't you think that there's something supernatural about rest? When one company committed to the principle of rest says, 1 day a week, do not come in this place. Don't come in this place. On Sunday,
we're shutting it down. Shutting it down.
And they make 5 times more than a company that doesn't give their employees rest. Right? They don't give their employees rest. They don't have a day off, and Chick-fil-A makes 5 times more than the company that does it every single day. There's something supernatural about taking a moment. There's something supernatural about the pause, about taking a moment just to chill. Tomorrow is the first day. Y'all pray for me. Tomorrow's the first day that I will have given my day to Lala. So it's up to her, whatever she wants to do. I know she gonna want to go shopping, or she loves Walmart. So I'm gonna have to, right? But the objective is to do away with business and to invest in the woman that I married.
Yep.
And here's my expectation, y'all. This is why I want to take you on the journey. My expectation is not only will my marriage be better, but my business will too. Because Leroy says something so key. Like, if you don't refresh, if you don't pause, witty ideas and inventions that God promises He will give you, He can't give you if you always moving. You gotta, like Tyler said, y'all, give me a minute.
Yep.
I promise I'll come back with something great. But right now, I ain't got nothing left. right? So I'm interested in look. Yeah. Walmart. I'm sure Walmart is on the list. I'm sure Walmart is on the list. But I'm looking forward, Leroy, to shifting my life and taking you guys on the journey with me. So we probably will take some videos of her rolling her eyes at me, and because we have a lot of fun when we together. We just not together a lot. I work too much. We not together a lot. If I'm home, I'm working. She will tell you. And sometimes she's as pissed can be. Like Donald, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, babe, be gone. Someone must be saved. Someone must be saved. She like, Negro, you gonna need salvation. So I'm really excited about shifting my life. And here's the other thing. This is the last point that Mike Todd brought up, Leroy. See if you can agree with me, man. He said, what really makes us work hard is our own egos, because we don't think that anything can run without us. Right? We don't think anything can run without us. And the truth is it can. It can. It can.
For real.
I mean, you brilliant, my guy, whoever you are, you're brilliant. Leroy and I are telling you, you're brilliant. But if you die tomorrow, that thing gonna go on.
It's gonna keep moving.
It's gonna keep moving. So as brilliant as I believe I am, as brilliant as Leroy is, as much call and purpose as we have, yeah, I want to set up the Grown Man Podcast. I want to set up Remain. I want to set up all the nonprofit, all that we do. I want to set it up so that it can run without Donald Morton. It is an attack on my own ego. I'm trying to keep my ego in check. That God's God without Donald. I want you guys, whoever's listening, whoever this is for, listen, live in the pause. We all can't be like Crystal. This is what Crystal has fun for a living. Right? So I'm sure she's just gonna create a party. I'm gonna create a party so everybody come over. It's work for her, but it's fun. Like she can have fun for a living. It's crazy that at 54 years old, Leroy 60, at our big ages, we have to intentionally have fun. And I want to, on air, thank my wife for saying, babe, I want y'all to hear this. She said, I don't always want what's left.
Ooh.
You give yourself to everybody else.
That's deep.
You give yourself to everybody else. You give yourself to the brothers. If there's a brother that calls you on the phone, you're there for him. I get it every now and then. I got to get what's left. I don't always want to get what's left.
And here's the part that, and I think I've told you this before. When I think about Dr. King, I think about Brother Malcolm, even Fred Hampton, the women that were a part of their lives, and even I'm sure your I'm gonna say your financial father, your spiritual father, and your spiritual mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they would tell you the thing about this thing that we're doing, this journey that we're on, the what consumes us, or what happens when you are successful. The more successful you are, the more time
Absolutely
people want of you.
Absolutely.
And those, whether it's Miss Coretta, whether it was Mr. Baz, and the others that were a part of these great men's lives.
Yes.
When you're doing something great,
yes,
it is going to have to be some sharing involved. They're going to have to share you with someone. But like what Marla was saying, and I'm sure that Miss Shabazz said it. I'm sure Miss Color, they said, your kids want your time. And that's what I tell brothers. Understand is people talk about, well, I need a man that's making 6 figures and he doing this, doing that. Okay, but do you understand what comes with that?
Right.
Because
Right.
if he's making 6 figures, if he's doing
Right.
those great things, he's successful.
Right.
And that means there are other people pulling on him. And that means that's less time that he will be spending with you, less time that he will be spending with the kids.
That's context. That's
And
context.
understand, that's why I say being a boss, you got to understand that that last S is sacrifice.
Yeah.
What are you willing to sacrifice? You're going to have to sacrifice. You can't have both at the same time. So we have to be intentional about our time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And say, you know what? Yeah, babe. Saturday is your day. I'm all yours. This is what we do. The phone is off. I got to keep it with me, but it's off, and it's not going to disturb us in our day.
And what's crazy, man, is I'm not even gonna keep it with me. Like when we go to dinner now, I leave it home.
Yeah, but see, well, I'm not a proponent of that because anything could happen. Emergency could happen, and you need to use your phone. And I'm not saying for somebody to call you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about something happened.
She'll have hers. She has her phone. So for me, for me, it's a level of discipline. Like when we go to dinner, I just don't take it, because if I take it right now, I'm addicted to it. So I'm going to pick it up. So I just leave it at home. And when I get home, I'll check on whatever someone is attempting to reach me about. I remember Bishop Weeks, Bishop Apostle Thomas Wesley Weeks, right? Not Tommy the son, his dad. I remember Weeks said to his church, and he actually counseled me about the same thing. I've been dealing with this struggle for years. He said, Dr. Morton? I said, yes, sir. He said, this is my philosophy here at pastoring. If I'm on vacation with my wife and somebody dies, ain't nothing I can do about it. Don't contact me. I tell my church, don't contact me. I'll deal with it when I come back. Right? And for those that have developed, like, that's a level of discipline. Like, don't contact me. It sounds almost cruel because there's something in parishioners that somehow think that pastors are available to them 24/7, like they don't have family, and so on and so forth. What I'm suggesting to everyone is that you start, like, I am a man of purpose. I am. I love the purpose that God has given me. I'm grateful that I know what my purpose is. A part of my assignment is to minister to and to serve Marla Michelle Morton. And, that means setting up systems and having staff. So I'm living this next half of my life in a way that is intentionally about setting up the business to be able to be passed down, to run, to do everything it's supposed to do without me having to be chained to a desk, because most people trade in one job for another. So I'm asking you guys to really consider, just consider pausing. And if God can do it in 6 days, if Chick-fil-A can do it in 6 days, you can too. It can run without you, my guy. Is that Raymond that says God family work the order should be? Leroy and I were talking about this the other day. I'm not so sure about that order. I'm really not. I mean, yeah, I'm not so sure about that order. Here's why. Before God gave Eve, God gave assignment. Before God, Willie McMillan, what's up, man? I know that's the order that people try to create, and I get why we try to create it, but here's the truth. Before Adam ever had Eve, he had an assignment. The only purpose for which Eve existed was to support and help that assignment. So we can't then put that before the assignment. We can't put because it's going to be challenging, right? And I know it sounds right for us to say God, family, and then business assignment or what have you. It sounds right, but there's a way that seems right unto a man. But that isn't really the order that God laid out. The real order that God laid out is you have an assignment to fulfill, and you got to marry someone who understands and agrees with that assignment. Otherwise, you're going to live in hell the rest of your life. Right. And then, so purpose is important. And there are a lot of brothers who, because they don't understand their purpose, and for some brothers, married life is purpose. Like that's their assignment. Their assignment is to do that well. I know brothers like that. Right. I believe one of the responsibilities and assignments of my spiritual father is marriage. Like he does marriage incredibly well. He is not like Leroy, who just got kids all over the place and don't get married. Leroy got at least 5 kids. Leroy, how many people? Let's take the hoodies down, man, so you can tell the people how many kids you got before we go.
Don't believe this, man. I had no kids. You had these people, they'll take that little clip. He got 5 kids, ain't claiming it. He up here on this remand talking about life, leadership, and legacy. It's just like DL. He straight smacked Monique in the face with his comeback with her. He said this, bro. He said,
Shay?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He had a response, and he was like, one of the things I was just like, ooh, I was like, that is so true. He's like, you up here talking about your babies, because you know Shashi likes to call everybody babies.
Yes.
He said, how you gonna be up on here talking about you calling everybody your baby, and your own baby won't even talk to you? I was like, oh, wow. I was like, oh. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah. So yeah. Then we putting that out there that I got these kids I ain't taking care of out there. No, I have no kids. Yes, I do. I would love to have a child, but you know, sometimes I think about that though, bro. I honestly think about that. Do I really want to bring a child into this world? This craziness.
This world that we have, yeah, man.
Yeah, this crazy world, bro. I honestly have thought about that, because of how crazy this world is,
So Willie McMillan says, and we got to hop off of here, Willie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it inside the Remain community. But I am not sure that the first ministry is family. I think that's something that we've kind of created as a culture over time. I'm not so sure that family is the first ministry. I don't. God and your assignment is always first, never to be confused. Yeah, always. Yeah, absolutely, always. The assignment that I'm gonna have to stand before him about my assignment.
And that's truth right there.
I'm gonna have to stand before him about it.
Yeah, and I think that's what each of us have when we have to stand before God. He's gonna ask you, what did like you said, what was your assignment? This was your assignment. Did you walk in it? Did you walk in that purpose that I gave to you?
Absolutely, bro.
And we've got to look at that. And he's going to show us all the ways that we either did walk in the purpose or that we didn't walk in that purpose.
Absolutely. Without question.
Yeah.
So that's a good topic. Hey, Willie, do me a favor, man. Go inside it looks like you're already probably inside the Remain community. Post that question, man. That's a good post for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up. I love and respect you, black man. I'm proud of you and the work that you're doing. My wife and I are still committed to. Willie, I got to text you too because I got a question about something I got to do. So Willie owns a security firm. He trains on weapons and things of that nature. Real dope brother. So listen, I'm getting ready to go eat, and then I got a 2:00 meeting with my manager. So I'm out of here, y'all. I love it. Leroy.
Yes,
I love
sir.
it. Black man, don't text me on Saturday. Don't text me
No,
on
sir.
Saturday, Leroy.
No, sir.
I'm gonna be with the lovely Marla Michelle Morton.
Yep. I don't need Marla texting me back. He ain't here.
He ain't here. He ain't here.
But I will text you on Sunday when when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
Text me on Sunday when the Chiefs and just know I'm gonna be pissed off. So whoever wins, it's
Yeah.
not a win because we don't have football season anymore. We don't. God bless you all. Keep your head on the swivel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So who y'all got? Posted in the community, brothers. If you're in the community, post who you got. You got. Do you have Dallas, or do you have Leroy? Who got Dallas? Who got Dallas? Lala, you got Dallas? Look, I knew. Look. I knew she was gonna say it. I got the Cowboys.
Cold-blooded, as Rick James would say. Cold-blooded.
We will see y'all next week on Monday, 10 a.m. And of course,
do something fun
on us at 11. So we've got to show up on time so he can get to his next lady. All right. So we love y'all. We'll see y'all on Monday. Peace.
Deuces.